Hey, look, guys, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So, this is what happened. I was out in London with 3D Muscle Journey and Shredded by Science. It was the 3D Muscle Journey London conference. And I was just having such a good time. First of all, just reuniting with my fellow coaches. We don't live in the same locale, so I don't get to see them too often. So partially that, partially meeting the Shredded by Science crew, all the new people that I met there. I just kind of want to let the moments sink in, and it's kind of hard to do that behind a camera. In hindsight, I'm like, I wish I would have gotten a little bit more footage, but I couldn't get myself to do that. I don't know how people, the folks who specialize in the YouTubeism, how they do that. And it's I'm not knocking them. It's just I can't multitask like that. I need to like be there and but like actually be there. And yeah, you don't get footage of your memories, but the way I recollect them is slightly different. But I like the way, yeah, I like my own personal, I guess, photo album that's somewhere in the cloud, that is that dome that makes funny faces when he lifts. I don't even realize I'm doing that. So here we are. We're back. We're training. Going to get some momentum going again. As in regards to what I'm doing right now, I'm just kind of winging it. So I've been without a program for about the last 2 weeks. That will change, and I'll definitely keep you guys informed with that. One thing, though, that I wanted to really touch upon, because I've gotten so much positive feedback. It's funny, sometimes you say things and you don't necessarily think people are going to pick up on them, or that it's going to matter that much to them. But the whole bodybuilding like no one is looking. That just, I've gotten so many wonderful comments in regards to that. I think it spoke to a lot of people. And when I say bodybuilding, I'm going to go ahead and include my fellow strength athletes out there as well. You guys are bodybuilders too. You guys just build your bodies to do something slightly different. But yeah, I think it happens all the time. We do it all the time, like even at a micro level. Like, I don't know, maybe you just got to the point where you're using 2 plates on heavier days on the bench press, but they looking at the gym, and you want to load it up with something that looks impressive. So you make a decision that perhaps isn't great on that day. That sort of stuff. And then at the macro level is going to be when you make decisions that affect your bodybuilding long term. Great example of this, and I see people do this too often, is maybe they're 3 or 4 months into their gaining phase and they're doing quite well, making all kinds of progress, but then the summer's coming up, so they want to go on a cut. And I think, again, it's kind of doing it for reasons really outside of yourself and outside of your long-term goals. And again, your long-term goals should be your long-term goals. That's something that I think I've had to re-examine quite a few times. Is like, is this really what I want for me? Am I doing exactly what it is that I want to do? Because again, the first 8 years of this, I trained without competitive goals. I just trained because I loved it. And I always have to kind of go back to that and make sure that my current mission statement still kind of lines up with that. Again, I think sometimes I give you guys the illusion that I'm a little bit more poised than I actually am. I lose my shit quite frequently, to be quite honest. However, I think regaining the shit is what's key here. It's always going to happen, and we're going to have a hard time focusing on things other than ourselves every so often. But it's all about how quickly you bring that back. So I'm glad that helped a lot of you guys. One thing that I'm perhaps not as interactive as I should be, especially on the comment section, but I do read them. So what I want you guys to go over is we're going to talk about, like, setting up programs, approaches, nutritional stuff. That's just going to make it in here like by default, so don't worry about that too much. But what would you guys like to see more of on here? Whatever it might be, throw your ideas at me. I'm very open to just making this channel, because again, I do try to give it like my own twist, but at the same time, it feels damn good when you meet someone, and that happened a few times out there in London, where you meet someone and they're like, something that you said or did in this video a long time ago, it's changed my perspective on a few things. And I think that, because there's good information in regards to the X's and O's of bodybuilding everywhere, more than ever. And obviously, I think those of you who are watching this know where to find them. However, there's just other intangibles that sometimes, again, I forget just because I've been doing this for so long. I say it, I spew it out there, I put it out there, you guys see it, and you guys are like, man, this is exactly what I needed. So sometimes it's easy to be a little out of touch with the needs of your peeps. So whatever you guys would like, please, I am here doing this in part because of you guys. So yeah, just give me your input, and I'll do my best to make that happen. So in regards to my training, I think this last, bringing it back so that you guys aren't too lost, the last few weeks I was kind of using something with a little bit less frequency, just to kind of give the other tissue outside of muscle, the connective tissue, a little break. We feel good. We've whatever was kind of like bothering us here and there, that's gone. So what we're going to go into is going to be more of a full body type setup, to kind of just really pick on that synthetic side of things. And what I mean by that is just constantly keep protein synthesis in my favor, especially at this point. I've been training way too long, to the point where perhaps, hitting body parts twice a week, well, not perhaps, it's surely not the best way, I feel. So we're going to do that. And I love full body training because, first of all, it keeps everything gooey and nimble, but at the end of it, you kind of feel like an athlete. You went in there and you moved everything and not just the muscles on your sternum. I love that feeling. I don't know how people drive to the gym to do, like, I don't know, that ball of muscle at the top of their humerus called the deltoid, and they've spent X amount of time doing that. Just not my steez. But yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave it. I want input from you guys. Again, we'll continue to throw out information and just like little tips here and there in regards to things that I think can help you guys, and definitely share with you guys, like just like the inside scoop on my journey. But yeah, I'd really want to hear from you guys. So that is it. I'll leave it here. Next video will be a bit more intrusive upon my everyday life, my training life. Yeah, hopefully we get some good dialogue going here, because again, I count on you guys. Otherwise, it's like, to a certain extent, it's like, why put these up? Because again, it's great to like record all this, but it's even better when I get to put this out and there's actually stuff here that is useful to other people. That's it. I'll leave it there, and again, thank you guys, and I appreciate the input.